This story is about published 5H. Sources: Cowboys agree to deal with LB Joe Thomas. Shared this story on Twitter, Facebook. Email: Louis DeLuca, staff photographer. Dallas Cowboys guard Ronald Leary, 65, blocks Green Bay Packers inside linebacker Joe Thomas, 48, in the fourth quarter during the Green Bay Packers vs. the Dallas Cowboys NFL football playoff game at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas on Sunday, January 15, 2017. Louis DeLuca, The Dallas Morning News. By John Machota. Staff writer. Contact John Machota on Twitter @JohnMachota. It took the Cowboys a week, but they finally made their first free agency acquisition. According to sources, Dallas agreed to a 2-year deal worth up to $4.6 million with veteran linebacker Joe Thomas on Wednesday. Source: Cowboys have agreed to a 2-year deal with free agent LB Joe Thomas. He visited the Cowboys today. Thomas has played in 42 games over the last 3 seasons with the Packers. He had a career-high 70 tackles in 2016. Thomas spent time on the Cowboys practice squad in 2015. John Machota @JohnMachota. March 22, 2018. Thomas, who visited the Cowboys on Wednesday, has played in 42 games over the last 3 seasons with the Green Bay Packers. He had a career-high 70 tackles in 2016. Thomas signed with the Packers after going undrafted in 2014. He spent that season on Green Bay's practice squad before Dallas signed him to its practice squad. In September 2015, the Packers then signed Thomas to their active roster later that month. Thomas, 26, has worked mostly in reserve and special teams roles, starting 8 games in his career. New Cowboys LB Joe Thomas knocking the Bears logo off a helmet while making a tackle pick. Twitter.com, widescale. John Machota @JohnMachota. March 22, 2018. The Cowboys were in need of linebacker help after Anthony Hitchens and Kyle Wilber departed recently in free agency. The official free agency period began last Wednesday, but, as expected, the Cowboys have been mostly quiet. Dallas is the last of the NFL's 32 teams to sign a player from another team since free agency began, before agreeing to terms with Thomas. The only free agency news for the Cowboys has been about players visiting the star. 4 wide receivers were scheduled to visit the Cowboys this week, with the most recent addition to that group being Deonte Thompson, according to a source. The other 3 are Allen Hurns, Dontrell Inman and Justin Hunter. Thompson, who went undrafted out of Florida in 2012, has spent the last 6 seasons with the Ravens, Bills and Bears. He started last season in Chicago before returning to the Bills for their final 11 games. Thompson played in 16 games last season, starting 10 and catching 38 passes for 555 yards and 2 touchdowns.